Alright, what is up, party people? It is MTG Next Door. It is Doc. I am making a last minute adjustment here. Wait. There we go. I'm still mastering this thing. Anyway, so, finally got this. Have not cracked it yet. Could not let Stitch have all the fun here. What is up with this? You know, this would be where Stitch would have Carl fix this, but I am too poor for a Carl, so there we go. Anyway, so really excited about this. We had a knockdown, drag out Oathbreaker last night where I used several cards from this set. Purchased this from my local game store, Gigabytes Cafe. Would recommend if you live in the greater metro area using them. Metro Atlanta, that is. So Stitch has done a cool thing discussing like what you should go with, depending on what you want to do. Let's do 6 of these. I don't know a whole lot of the cards in the set, so let's see what we get here. So we'll put these, what about Red Thaw? Stick this, so these guys are pretty tight pack. Yep, Fabrique, Oe Tazuni. It's kind of a weird cut. All right, no list card. A dragon of some flavor. What is this? Ancient Gold Dragon. Apparently Mr. Pink pulled some sort of really bad dragon, and we're all going to get destroyed by it soonish. So we got a land. We got a, what the hell is this? A marching duo drone. So 2 for a 2/2 artifact creature bear construct. When it attacks, each player creates a treasure token. Okay. All right, we've got Abdel, Adrian, Gorian's something? Ward, maybe? Ward, yeah. 4/4 human warrior for 4 and a white. Okay. ETBs, exile any number of other non-land permanents you control until he leaves the battlefield. Create a white soldier token for each permanent exiled this way. All right, we'll put that there. We got a black dragon gate, so taps for black and 1 other color. Put that in the land. Ooh, this is cool. We got a Hezral, 5 black, black for a 6/6 frog demon. I am already on board for a frog demon, y'all. So we've got an adventure, demonic stench, instant. Each creature that blocked this turn gets -1/-1 until end of turn. That's kind of nasty. And whenever 1 or more creatures you control become blocked, each blocking creature gets -1/-1 until end of turn. All right, not bad. I can see that going in some place. We got Sky Diamond. We got a Juvenile Mist Dragon. I think Stitch has pulled one of these. So 3 blue, blue for a 4/3 dragon with flying. When it ETBs, for each opponent, tap up to 1 target creature that player controls. Each of those creatures doesn't untap during the controller's next untap steps. They're wide bum open. We got a background, Sword Coast Sailor, 1 and a blue. Commander creatures you own have, whenever this creature attacks a player, if no opponent has more life than that player, this creature can't be blocked this turn. All right. So Stitch and I got some pre-releases. We were cracking this, and I said, this is one of those where I look at this and I'm like, oh, Eureka. Got a Sailor's Bane. I actually tried to play this. 7 blue, blue for a 7/7 dragon turtle. And it costs 1 less to cast for each card you own in exile and in your graveyard. That's an instant card, a sorcery card, or a card that has an adventure. It's got Ward 4. Bane's Contingency. 1 blue, blue. Counter target spell. If that spell targets a commander you control, instead, counter that spell, scry 2, then draw a card. I like that. All right, we got Lulu, Loyal Holophant. 3 and a white for a 3/2 flying Elephant Angel. Because that's what I really wanted, an Elephant Angel tribal. Flying, at the beginning of your end step, if a permanent you control left the battlefield this turn, put a +1/+1 counter on each tapped creature you control, then untap them. You can choose a background. All right, got another background here. What am I doing? We'll just put this guy right here. Candlekeep Sage, 2 and a blue Commander creatures you own have, when this creature enters or leaves the battlefield, draw a card. Ooh, we got a foil etched one. So we got a background here. Tavern Brawler. Oh Stitch. I'm sure we're going to probably have a discussion about this. 2 in a red. Commander creatures you own have, at the beginning of your upkeep, exile the top card of your library. This creature gets +X/+0 until end of turn, where X is that card's mana value. You may play that card this turn. That's not bad. All right, we got a rare. We got a Shameless Charlatan. God knows I went to college with a couple of those. 1 in a blue. Commander creatures you own have, 2 in a blue. This creature becomes a copy of another target creature. Rad. We have a Young Red Dragon, 3 in a red for a 3/2 dragon with flying, and it can't block, but it's got an adventure, Bathe in Gold. Create a treasure token. Okay. And then we've got a Knight token. All right. So we only got 1 rare out of that. I think Stitch was pulling like fat stacks of rares out of his, so that first pack was a smidge of a letdown. All right, one day, people, one day, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna make a fucking Dungeon Delver deck. All right, that's hilarious. Put that there. Put that there. Oh, I'm glad to have gotten this one. I think this is a great card. So Decanter of Endless Water, 3, tap to add 1 mana of any color, and you have no maximum hand size. That plays all day in EDH. Speaking of nightmares, 3 in a black for a 3/3 Snake Cleric Warlock. Tap, sack another creature or an artifact. For each opponent, you mill a card, then return that card from your graveyard to your hand unless that player pays 3 life. Choose a background. That's going to see a lot of play because that is really interesting. Circle of the Land Druid. 1 in a green for a 1/1 Gnome Druid. When it ATBs, you mill 4 cards. When it dies, return target land card from your graveyard to your hand. I guess that's okay. Earth Tremor, 3 in a red. It deals damage to target creature or planeswalker equal to the number of lands you control. Vicious Battle Rager, 3 in a black for a 1/5 Dwarf Barbarian. When it ETBs, you take the initiative. Again, I'm going to do that. Whenever Vicious Battle Rager becomes blocked by a creature, that creature's controller loses 5 life. Oh, that's awful. All right. Modified Memory. I think I looked at this and thought this could be kind of cool. 4 in a blue. Sorcery. Exchange control of 2 target creatures controlled by different players. If you control neither creature, draw 3 cards. You pay 5. You give somebody who's about to die Kozilek. You give the player who has Kozilek bullshit. And then you draw 3 cards. Yeah, I can do that. All right, Iron Mastiff. 4 for a 4/4 artifact doggo. When he attacks, roll a d20 for each player being attacked and ignore all but the highest roll. So you attack 4 players, you roll 4 dice. Oh yeah, Earthquake. 1 through 9 deals damage equal to its power to you. 10 through 19 deals damage equal to its power to defending player. Cool. 20 deals damage equal to its power to each opponent. Okay. Patriarch's Seal, 3 for a mana rock with 1 tap, untap target legendary creature you control. All right, we got Aranis Gloomstalker, 2 in a green for a 3/3 halfling ranger with death touch. When it attacks, return target land card from your graveyard to the battlefield. So if you are in a graveyard mill deck, that is just rad. Sword Coast Sailor, we've got Agent of the Iron Throne. This is definitely one I wanted, and actually that's really sweet etching. I like that. All right, 2 in a black. Commander creatures you own have. When an artifact or creature you control is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, each opponent loses 1 life. Oh, shit. Totally burnt right by that into a mythic. Majestic Genesis. What is this? All right, so 6 green for a sorcery. Reveal the top X cards of your library, where X is the greatest mana value of a commander you own on the battlefield or in the command zone. Okay. You may put any number of those permanents from among them onto the battlefield. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. So 8, but if you've got a big ticket one, you can put more than that. You can probably try and cheat this out. That seems like it's doable and good. Okay. What else we got here? Oh, we got another rare. Okay, so now we got a big money. Oh, okay. Really glad to have pulled this one too. I think this is one of the better cards too. Jaharia, Friend of the Forest, 2 and a green for a 2/3. Tokens you have tokens you control have tap for green, and you can choose a background. That's sweet. We got another rare. So see, I bitched about a pack, and now what do we get? A mythic and 2 rares in one pack. Sculpted Sunburst, 3 white. Choose a creature you control. Then each opponent chooses a creature they control with equal or lesser power. If you choose a creature this way, exile each creature not chosen by any player. Hold on. That doesn't make sense. Choose a creature you control. Then each opponent chooses a creature they control with equal or lesser power. If you choose a creature this way, exile each creature not chosen by any player this way. So you basically exile the whole board but like 4 creatures. And you make sure that you've got the greatest power on the battlefield. That's interesting. It's very interesting. I don't know how I feel about that one. It's interesting though. What the heck? Oh. Token. All right, that was a good pack. So we got 2 cards I wanted, a mythic, and a card that I think is cool, but I just don't quite get it yet. Also, fish knife. All right. Let's see. We got a big old ugly dude, a gray slad. Oh, that's right. I guess, did this one have that? No, it didn't. I guess this one you can play with D&D. You know, if you've got time for more than one all-consuming dorky thing. All right, we got Lulu again. We got a Heap Gate. What's this do? Tap for colorless, 1 tap, add a mana of any color, 1 tap, tap an untapped gate you control, create a treasure. There you go, guard dog. We got one of those, we got one of those, we got one of those. This all looks the same. All right, this is new though. Arms of Hadar, 3 and a black. Creatures target player controls get -2/-2 until end of turn. Yep, that'll do. I've pulled this one, Imminent Mystic Trickster, 2 and a blue for a 2/3 human rogue wizard with ward 2. At the beginning of your end step, if you have the initiative, draw a card. Draw another card if you've completed a dungeon. All right, we have Rilsa, Rail, Kingpin, 3 blue-black for a 2/5 human rogue with Death Touch. When she ETBs, you take the initiative. Whenever you attack, target attacking creature gains Death Touch until end of turn. If you've completed a dungeon, that creature also gets +5/+0 and gains First Strike and Menace. Okay. Irenicus's Vile Duplication. 3 and a blue for a sorcery. Create a token that's a copy of target creature you control, except the token has flying and isn't legendary if that creature is legendary. Okay. That's not bad. All right, we got us a rare. What is this guy? That is some bitchin' outfit, dude. We got Alundo the Seer, 2 green-blue for a 3/5 human shaman. Tap it, draw a card, then exile a card from your hand and put a number of time counters on it equal to its mana value. It gains when the last time counter is removed from this card. If it's exiled, you may cast it without paying its mana cost. If you cast a creature spell this way, it gains haste until end of turn. Then remove a time counter from each other card you own in exile. So this could be awful if you are untapping and tapping him like every turn. I like that. That can be really cool. All right. We got a background. Scion of Hallister, 1 and a black. Commander creatures you own have the first time you would draw a card each turn. Instead, look at the top 2 cards of your library, put one of them into your graveyard and the other back on top of your library, then draw a card. All right, we got an uncommon. What is this? Gut. True Soul Zealot. 2 and a red for a 2/2 Goblin Shaman. Yeah, that laser foiling is not bad. Stitch, if you want this, because I know you love goblins, all yours, buddy. Whenever you attack, you may sacrifice another creature or an artifact. If you do, create a 4/1 black skeleton creature token with menace that's tapped and attacking. Oh, TB, that goes in your deck right there, bud. Right there. All right, we got another rare. What the hell is this? All right. Zevlor Elturiel Exile. 1 blue, black, red. Already love it because of the colors. 4/2. Tiefling Warrior. Nobody's actually explained to me what a Tiefling is, and I'm too lazy to Google it. Haste. Yeah, there you go. Stitch, have Carl put it, when you pull the next Tiefling, whatever a Tiefling is, put it on the screen so I don't have to look it up. So 2 and a tap. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell that targets a single opponent or a single permanent an opponent controls this turn, for each other opponent, choose that player or permanent they control. Copy that spell, and the copy targets the chosen player or permanent. Okay, so 2 and a tap, you cast Lightning Bolt. That targets Tenacious B. For each other opponent, I can Lightning Bolt one of their things or them. Oh, that's awesome. I dig it. That's good. I have a deck that's going into. All right. Then we've got a Patron of the Arts. 2 and a red for a 3/1 Dragon Noble. When it ETBs or dies, create a treasure token. Okay, that's interesting. I didn't realize in Dungeons & Dragons you could be dragons. Ooh, is this a list card? Is this a list card? Do we have a list card? We have a list card. All right, what is this? Baal, Lord of Murder. What the heck is this? Corlessa, Scale Singer, green-blue for a 1/4 Dragon Bard. You may look at the top card of your library anytime. You may cast dragon spells from the top of your library. That seems on theme. Underdark Explorer, 4 and a black for a 5/3 Lizard Warrior. Can someone tell me what the difference between a Lizard Warrior and a Dragon Bard is? Other than their job, obviously, because they look kind of similar to me. Just throwing that out there. All right. When he enters the battlefield, you take initiative. Tabaxi Toucaneers. I would love to fly on a toucan. 4 and a white for a 3/2 Cat Ranger with flying and myriad, which is cool. I'm glad they brought that mechanic back because I had actually never seen that mechanic in life. Icewind Stalwart. 3 and a white for a 3/3 Tiefling Warrior. When Icewind Stalwart enters the battlefield, exile up to 1 target non-warrior creature you control, then return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. Astral Confrontation. 4 and a white for an instant. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each opponent you're attacking. Exile target creature. Worms Crossing Patrol. White for a 1/1 human soldier with myriad. Love it. Hardy Outlander. Its background, it's 1 and a green. Whenever this creature attacks a player, if no opponent has more life than that player, another target creature you control gets +X/+X until end of turn, where X is this creature's power. So, you know, what I like about these is you can just put these in any old deck and still play them like an enchantment. So you've got a commander who's big, and then you attack whoever has the most life, and you get another creature that's attacking that gets juiced up. Banishment, 3 and a white, flash. When it enters the battlefield, exile target non-land permanent an opponent controls and all other non-land permanents your opponents control with the same name as that permanent until banishment leaves the battlefield. So somebody makes 1,000 tokens, 4 and a white, boom, all gone. Gate Colossus, 8 for an 8/8 artifact construct, and it costs 1 less to cast for each gate you control. Can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less, so no chump blocking it. And whenever a gate enters the battlefield, you may put Gate Colossus from your graveyard on top of your library. All right, got our first rare of this pack. Baba Lysaga, the Night Witch. She is a 3/3 human warlock. She is in some of my favorite colors, and she has tap, sack up to 3 permanents. If there were 3 or more card types among the sacrificed permanents, each opponent loses 3 life, and you gain 3 life, and you draw 3 cards. Oh. Okay, that I dig. That I dig. That's some serious, like, black-green awfulness there. All right, Street Urchin. 1 and a red. Commander creatures have 1, sack another creature or artifact. This creature deals 1 damage to any target. All right, ooh, what is this? This looks cool. So it's something and it's foily. Okay, it's a little bit tough to see. I don't know if that really comes through quite as well. This is Nira Wild Mage. 4 blue-red for a human elf shaman. And she has, whenever you cast a spell, you may put it on the bottom of its owner's library. If you do, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a non-land card. You may cast that card without paying its mana cost. Then put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. This ability triggers only once each turn. So you cast something cheap, put that on the bottom of your library, and then see what the next non-land card you've got is. That's crazy. I don't know if I like it, but it's crazy. It's also pretty. All right, we got another rare. Ooh, I think this is supposed to be good. Displacer Kitten. 3 and a blue for a 2/2 cat beast. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, exile up to 1 target non-land permanent you control, then return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. And then we've got a Swashbuckling Extraordinaire, who's a 2 and a red for a 2/2 dragon rogue warrior. When you ETBs, create a treasure token. Whenever you attack, you may sacrifice 1 or more treasures. When you do, up to that many target creatures gain double strike until end of turn. So you sack a couple treasures and you get some double strike in action. All right, and then we got our list card here. Oh, okay. Umezawa's Jeet. I think this is a really good one. I think it was expensive, so I've never actually read it because I never thought I was going to buy it. So 2 for a legendary artifact equipment. Whenever a equipped creature deals combat damage, put 2 charge counters on it. Remove a charge counter, choose 1. Equipped creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn, or target creature gets -1/-1 until end of turn, or you gain 2 life, and you can equip it for 2. So you get this guy out early, so you can basically effectively pump something to 4/4. That's not bad. That's pretty good. I'll take that. Cool. That was a good card. All right, 2 more packs. Treasure token. Very scary something or another. What is this? Merkul, Lord of Bones. Yeah, that looks like a Lord of Bones to me. Swamp. Daunting Kobold. 0/1. Haste. When it attacks, go target creature an opponent controls. Dig it. Marble Diamond. Whoa. Okay, what is this? Winter Eladrin. 2 and a blue for a 2/2. Fairy Elf Wizard. When it enters the battlefield, return up to 1 other target creature to its owner's hand. Clockwork Fox. 3 for an artifact fox. 3/2. When he leaves the battlefield, you draw 2 cards and each opponent... Wait, hold on. When he leaves the battlefield, you draw 2 cards and each opponent draws a card. I don't know about that. Bronze Walrus. 3 for a 2/2 Walrus. Okay, never mind. That's great in group hug. There we are. When he enters the battlefield, scry 2, and you can tap him for 1 mana of any color. Okay. Blessed Hippogriff. So 3 and a white for a 2/3 Hippogriff that has flying, and whenever he attacks target, attacking creature without flying gains flying until end of turn. Cool. He's also got Tyr's Blessing, which is an instant. Target creature gains indestructible until end of turn. That's not bad. You could do some stuff with that. That goes here. Safana Calimport Cutthroat. 2 and a black for a 3/2 human rogue with menace. At the beginning of your end step, if you have the initiative, create a treasure token. Create 3 of those tokens instead if you've completed a dungeon. Choose a background. All right. Underseller Sweep. 4 and a white for an enchantment. When it enters the battlefield, you take the initiative whenever you attack. If you or a player you're attacking has the initiative, you create 2 1/1 white soldier creature tokens that are tapped and attacking. All right, Moonshae Pixie. 3 and a blue for a 2/2 fairy. It's got an instant, Pixie Dust. Up to 3 target creatures gain flying until end of turn. Not bad. Flying, when he enters the battlefield, draw cards equal to the number of opponents who are dealt combat damage this turn. That's interesting. Ooh, this is interesting. So we got our first rare here. We have Raphael, Fiendish Savior, 3 black red for a 4/4 Devil Noble. Flying, he's a Demon, Devil, Imp, and Tiefling Lord, and he also gives him lifelink. And at the beginning of each end step, if a creature card was put into your graveyard from anywhere this turn, create a 1/1 red devil creature token with. Whenever this creature dies, it deals 1 damage to any target. Love it. Love it. That is excellent. All right, we got another Candlekeep Sage. We got a foily rare. Ooh. Jan Jansen, Chaos Crafter. I think Stitch was making fun of this guy's name. Red, white, black for a Gnome Artificer, 3/3 haste. Tap it, sacrifice an artifact creature, create 2 treasure tokens. Tap it, sacrifice a non-creature artifact, create 2 1/1 colorless construct artifact creature tokens. Wow, you could really just kind of go in circles with that. Okay, interesting. Barroom Brawl. Please tell me the white girl is about to get in a fight. So let's see how this goes. 1 and a green for a sorcery. Target creature you control fights target creature the opponent to your left controls. Then that player may copy this spell and may choose new targets for the copy. Okay. I love that. That is, I'm not much of a chaos player, but that is my level of foolishness. Yeah, y'all will be seeing that. All right, and then we've got a Foily Island. Oh, that's lame. All right. Last one. Okay, I'm digging this set so far. There's some cool stuff here. All right, did we get another list? Yes, we did. Got a bear. Wilson, Refined Grizzly. All right, we got a forest. What is this? We've got Kaga, Shadow Archdruid, 2 black green for a 1/4 Elf Druid. Whenever Kaga, Shadow Archdruid attacks, it gains Death Touch until end of turn. Mill 2 cards. Once during each of your turns, you may play land or cast a permanent spell from among cards in your graveyard that were put there from your library this turn. All right. Okay, I can see that. Moss Diamond. Ganassi Enforcers. I was going to call that a Genesis Enforcer. So 1 in a red for a 1/3 elemental shaman with Myriad, and 1 in a red creatures you control named Ganassi Enforcers get 1/0 until end of turn. So you can just attack, Myriad it out, and then pump them up. That's very red. I love it. All right, Trailblazer's Torch. 4, when it enters the battlefield, you take the initiative. Whenever a creature becomes blocked, it deals 2 damage to each creature blocking it. It's got equip 1. Reckless Barbarian. 1 and a red for a 2/2 Dragon Barbarian. Sacrifice it, add 2 red. Okay, pulled that guy again. Inspiring Leader. 2 and a white. Creatures you control have. Creature tokens you control get 2/2. I was just reading the text on that. I kind of liked it. All right, Kadria, Caller of the Small. 1 green-white for a 3/3 Orc Ranger with Trample. When she deals combat damage to a player for each token you control, create a 1/1 White Rabbit creature token. Okay, I dig it. Overwhelming Encounter. Okay. 3 green-greens for a sorcery. Creatures you control gain Vigilance and Trample until end of turn. Already like it. Roll a d20. 1 through 9, creatures you control get +2/+2. 10 through 19, put 2 +1/+1 counters on each creature you control. And 20, put 4 1/1 counters on each creature you control. So at worst here, Vigilance, Trample, and everybody gets a 1/1 counter. Or gets 2/2. Yeah, that's great. I like that. That's good to break through. All right, Scanos Dragonheart. 4 and a green for a 4/4 Dragon Ranger. Whenever he attacks, he gets +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the greatest power among other dragons you control and dragon cards in your graveyard, and you can choose a background. So he's like a dragon guy. Far Traveler, 2 and a white. At the beginning of your end step, exile up to 1 target tap creature you control, then return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. Not bad. All right, we got a rare. Ooh, that's strange looking. Look at that. All right, this is Miram Sentinel Worm. 3 green, blue, red for a 6/6 Dragon Spirit with flying and ward 2. Whenever another non-token dragon enters the battlefield under your control, create a token that's a copy of it, except the token isn't legendary if that dragon is legendary. So, wow. You cast dragons, you make more dragons. More and more dragons. Dragons everywhere. Dragons coming out your butt. All right, last rare. Mirror of Life Trapping. 4 for an artifact. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield, if it was cast, exile it, then return all other permanent cards exiled with Mirror of Life Trapping to the battlefield under their owner's control. So, a creature enters the battlefield. It's cast, you exile it, and then you return something else that was cast. I mean, my brain is kind of breaking listening to how that would probably play out. I think I need to think on that. I'm not sure what I would do with this, but it's interesting. And I always like interesting. All right. Well, this is like a 3 rare pack again. We have Lae'zel, Valking's Champion. I mean, she's kind of one of the faces of this, but this is her and her funky art. 2 and a white for a 3/3 Gith Warrior. Again, Carl, when you're doing Stitch's next video, if he pulls a Gith, put what a Gith is. If you would put 1 or more counters on a creature or planeswalker you control, or on yourself, put that many +1 on each of those kinds of counters on that permanent or player instead, and choose a background. All right. Oh, and then we got a list. We're finishing with a list. Ooh, Noxious Revival. Phyrexian Green. Put target card from a graveyard on top of its owner's library. Love it. All right, y'all. That was 6 good packs. I dig this set. There's cool and interesting things, and I'm looking forward to doing that brawl. That's going to be hilarious.